Let your spirit soar. This is the podcast you can't ignore. It's the badass broadcast. Feel the flame breaking the rules, rewriting the game.
Welcome back to the Badass Broadcast, where we keep it real, raw, and unapologetic as fuck. I am your host, favorite fire starter and nervous system regulator, the Queen Lady T. In today's episode, we're talking about something that needs to be talked about a lot more openly. Consent, communication, and energetic safety. If you've ever been on a date or around someone and felt uncomfortable and went along with something anyway, this episode is for you. Our queen code for today: if it's not okay, it's not okay. Let's get into it.
This is your anthem, your power unleashed. A movement of love, a force of peace.
And let me just say this up front, I am not talking about all men. And honestly, I shouldn't even have to say that. If it doesn't apply, let it fly. And if you're offended, ask yourself why. Oh, don't forget I'm a poet now. Now, if men are still moving like this in their 40s, the same way they were moving when they were in their 20s, this makes me feel like this shit must be working somewhere. And that means we need to talk about what's being tolerated, because I can't call out their behavior without calling my queens up too. And notice I said this is a call up, not a call out. So queens, I need y'all to pay attention. So I want to start with a story and tell you about this experience I had. I met this guy on a dating app, and we had been talking for a little while, and of course he hit me with the usual, oh, I'm different, and I should have known right there. I mean, I actually did know, but I ignored it, and I'll come back to that shortly, because no, I don't get a pass. Yeah, so he starts talking about how great his hands were, and how I'd change my mind about this and that once I see what his hands can do. And at this point, of course, I already knew, but silly me, I gave him a chance anyway. And the crazy part is, like, I already went over all of this with him. I'm like, look, I don't know what kind of girls you're usually used to, but I can promise you I'm not her. I'm letting him know up front, like, don't try to pull your same shenanigans. I promise you it's not gonna work on me. And boy, did that go in one ear and straight out the other. So I finally agreed to meet. We met at a park, public place, of course, because no, you can't come to my house. I don't know you like that. And hell no, I'm not coming to your house, because I already said I don't get down like that. So I'm thinking, okay, park, maybe we'll walk and talk, something normal, get to know each other a little bit better. Nah, he wants to sit down at the picnic table. And instantly, he starts trying to massage my neck. And I'll admit, like, I had already told him that I had been having problems with my neck, like, all through the week. I had been having, like, some serious problems related to, like, work and sleeping wrong and falling asleep sitting up. Like, my neck was having some serious issues. But still, like, you just got here. And now, like, about 5 minutes into the massage, 5 minutes. Now, let's be clear, 5 minutes is not even a real massage. That's an excuse. And this is not high school. You start trying to offer me a massage, like, I already know this game. We've been through it all through high school, through our early 20s. Like, this is what guys do. So the next thing I know, this man is licking me. Not 5 minutes into the massage. We just sit down. This is our first time meeting in person, and he's fucking licking me. Literally, like, licking my back, my neck. He even stuck his tongue in my ear, and I'm just like, whoa, wait, what the fuck? Like, are you serious right now? We are in our 40s. Who the fuck told you this was okay? Who is consenting to this behavior to make you think this works? I feel like somebody has gotta be. And let me just add, I do not like to be, I hate being licked. Unless you have permission to lick me in certain places, do not lick me. Even my cat knows I hate being licked. That's exactly what he does when he's trying to get my attention or get me to get up. And I'm willing to bet any other woman he's pulled that on, that shit did not feel good. Most likely she just went along with it. So I'm like, ew, like, no, stop, like, massage over. So next thing you know, he's like, hands just wandering. He tried to put his hands on my breast and I move them immediately. So then he goes like between my legs and I'm like, what the fuck? If I don't want you touching my breast, what makes you think I want your hand between my legs? You know, I'm like, done. Because see, this wasn't attraction. This was boundary testing. This was him already having in his mind what he wanted and what he was going to get before he even met up with me. That was seeing how far he could go without being checked. And let me say this clearly, just because you are out with somebody, because you're on a date with somebody, because you agree to share space with them, that does not mean they have access to your body. Access is not automatic, ever. Now, let me give you another example. I went out with a guy who had been trying to take me out for like over a year. So I was like, all right, cool. He didn't really seem all that fun because I'm like, you know, like what kind of stuff do you like to do? Now, I feel like most guys instantly go to stuff like pool and bowling and, you know, drinking. Like, great for most people, but that's just not my thing. Like, for one, I have carpal tunnel really bad, so bowling is just, and pool, like, I just suck at sports, so I've never really been into that type of stuff. Like, that's just not me, and that's okay. Like, you know, if that's what you're into, then maybe you should find somebody who's into that stuff. And so, you know, he kept bringing up like drinking, like, do you drink? Do you do shots? Like, you know, come have a drink with me or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not coming to your house to have drinks because, you know, while I'm here, let me just say, drinking heavily with somebody you don't know is extremely irresponsible. I don't care how nice they seem. You need to be aware, alert, and fully in control of yourself. Also, I feel like that's more of a date that you do with girls. I mean, I don't know. But so I'm like, okay, I'll have a drink or two, but it's got to be somewhere like super public. So we went to a bar and we sat outside where it was a little less noisy because I don't know how the hell you're supposed to get to know somebody at a bar when you can barely hear over the music. So we sat outside and I had a couple drinks, ate a little bit, nothing crazy, nothing deep, just, you know, regular conversation, nothing special. So as we're leaving, he leans in and I'm thinking, okay, cool, a hug. I'm a hugger. I don't mind that. But instead, he sticks his tongue in my mouth. And I'm just like, what the whole hell? I know I haven't been on a lot of dates since my divorce, but what the fuck is happening out here right now? Like, do we not ask for consent anymore? Like, are we really serious right now? No eye contact, no body signals, like nothing. You just lean in and stick your fucking tongue in my mouth. So this is what grown men are doing to grown women. No, it's not okay. And as women, we have got to stop going along with things like that just to avoid awkwardness or protect their feelings or keep the peace. Like, no, if it's not okay, it's not okay. And we are not pretending that it is. And now let me get in my own shit for a moment because yes, this is what happens when you give random people a chance for no real reason, just out of boredom, out of might as well, out of ignoring what you already felt in your gut. Because honestly, I knew better. I saw the signs. I felt the energy. I recognized the patterns, and I still gave that bullshit a chance. And this is why discernment is so very important, because not everybody deserves access to you. Not everybody deserves a chance. And this is exactly where the Queen Code comes in. Red flag, run. I had no business in the presence of either one of those guys because I knew better. I had the red flag, and that was my exit sign, and I ignored it just for the hell of it. And no, I'm not saying this to play the blame game, because yes, I was stupid in overriding the red flag. But that does not excuse grown ass men who cross boundaries. That is not an excuse. And let me talk about this one too, because some men are really delusional, like sickening delusional. I had one man repeatedly trying to get me to come over to his house. And I mean, it was obvious what he wanted and obvious what he's used to, because this man hasn't even tried to take me out on a date or anything. And I was very clear in my no. I'm like, look, I'm not having sex with you. Oh my gosh, would you believe his response was, oh, so you gonna act like you don't want me? Sir, act? What? Ew. So again, I will say this clearly. No means no. Not convince me, not keep trying, not wear me down. No means no. And here's something else we don't talk about enough: coercion. The constant asking, pushing, testing until you feel like it's easier to just give in than to keep saying no. Oh, and I have been there. When it starts to feel like if I don't agree, that might turn into something worse. So you give in. And they're quick to hit you with the same tired bullshit. Oh, what's wrong? Why not? We're both grown. Let me make something crystal clear. No is a complete fucking sentence. And if I have to break down my no and explain it to you like you're a 2-year-old, then it's a fuck no. Because now you're not just ignoring my boundary, you're trying to negotiate it. And that right there ruins everything. It's disgusting. It's immature and it's disrespectful. And we are not doing that anymore. We're not doing that anymore. We are not folding. Queens, do not fold. If a man cannot respect your boundaries, he does not deserve access to your body, period. He doesn't deserve access to your time or your presence. And every single time you let someone overstep your boundary, you teach them that they can do it again and again and again. Every time you move that line to accommodate them, they're just going to keep crossing it and pushing it a little bit further. And this is something we really need to understand, because coercion gets overlooked a lot. Like legally, it might be considered consent, but your body doesn't feel that as consent. Your body feels that as pressure. It feels unsafe. It feels like it had to give in and not choose. And that matters. It matters because real consent feels safe, it feels clear, it feels mutual. Anything else is not something you should be ignoring. So let's bring this back to the real lesson. Your discomfort is not something to ignore, it's information. Your body will tell you everything you need to know before your mind tries to explain it away. And that's where discernment comes in, because this is not just about what men are doing. This is about what we are allowing. We have got to stop tolerating behavior that makes us uncomfortable just because we don't want to be seen as difficult or rude or too much. You are not too much. They are doing too much. And the queen code for this episode: if it's not okay, it's not okay. And we are not pretending that it is. Now, before we close, let's just take a moment to come back into our body and ground the frustration of this episode. Because I'm not going to lie, creating this episode triggered the hell out of me. So I know it's probably triggering someone who's listening right now. So take just a second, sit up straight, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, and receive a breath slow and deep. Inhale through your nose Exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale. I acknowledge what I feel. Exhale without judgment. And I want you to hear this. You are not wrong for what you didn't know before. You're not weak for what you tolerated in the past. You did what you knew how to do at the time. Again, inhale. I give myself grace. Exhale. I release shame. This is not about beating yourself up. This is about waking yourself up. Again, inhale. I trust myself now. Exhale. I choose differently now. Because awareness without compassion turns into self-attack. But awareness with compassion, that's where change happens. So one more time, inhale. I am safe in my body. Exhale. I stand on my boundaries. You don't need to go back and fix anything. You don't need to replay anything. You don't need to punish yourself for anything. You just need to take what you know now and move differently moving forward. You don't owe anyone access. You don't owe anyone your body. You don't owe anyone your comfort. Especially not at the expense of your own safety. So the next time something feels off, you don't need to explain it. You don't need to justify it. You don't need to override it. Honor it and move accordingly. And remember, love, you are an unstoppable badass, worthy of everything your heart desires. Let's get it.
Feel the heat when I walk in. Bow down.
If this episode spoke to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Like it, share it, send it to someone who needs a dose of badassery in their life. Want to be a guest on the show? Got a powerful story, message, or mission? Apply now at unstoppablebadass.me. If you're a seer, light worker, or spiritual badass who's done shrinking, step inside the fire and rise with us in Sacred Wildfire, my virtual queen circle. Feeling stuck or ready to break through? Book your free badass breakthrough session and let's uncover what's been holding you back. Clarity, power, momentum, all waiting on the other side. Ready to activate your healing gifts? Enroll in my Kundalini Reiki activation and attunement course. Step into or deepen your healer's journey with sacred energy work that transforms you from the inside out. Want to show some love? Donate or shop at buymeacoffee.com/The Queen Lady Tea, because your support helps me keep lighting fires and dropping truth. You can find all these links and more in the show notes or at my website, sacredwildfire.com. Thank you so much for rocking with me, and I'll catch you on the next episode of the Badass Broadcast.
It's the Badass Broadcast. It's your time, step into the spotlight, let yourself shine.